Hi, I'm Yuhu, and welcome back. I want to take, I hope, a quick moment just to talk about AI. And it's something that me and a lot of creative people, probably you, are looking at very closely, and we're wondering what the hell's going on. And we're wondering if it signals our extinction from doing creative work. That's the best way I can put it. And I have been going through something for quite some time, a number of months now, where, I go onto LinkedIn or I go onto Instagram, and there's always a post like, look at what AI can do now. And there's this beautiful video and amazing. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that looks like the real thing. And it's depressing. I'm not going to lie, it's depressing as hell. And it produces so much anxiety in me because this is what I do. I'm a filmmaker, I'm a cinematographer. And a lot of times I read the comments and people are falling all over themselves to praise how good it looks, this, that, the other thing, this is amazing. And I got to tell you, I'm looking at these people and these responses and I'm like, AI is coming for your job. It just is. If you're in any type of creative field, you need to be worried. That's just the facts. So, what do we do about it? Well, I don't trust politicians, especially in the United States, to do any kind of regulation. I certainly don't trust the tech companies that are behind all this because they have stated it's out of the box and they want to make their money. They want to be in control of everything. Okay. No help coming from those two places. When I think back, just a little sidestep here, when I think back to all the projects I've done, it's never been about the money for me. It has in that I need to survive, but if I don't get $1 million check, I'm okay with that. As long as I'm surviving, I have a place to live, I'm eating. The base need that I have is to create. And I think for a lot of filmmakers, that's what it is. There's something incredibly beautiful and human about creating something from nothing, from walking into a room or an apartment or a building and making it look amazing on film or on video. Now, AI can do that, right? A CEO of a company, somebody could put a camera in front of him. He could say a couple of words or whatever he wants to say. They can replace the background, not even with a green screen anymore, just AI. And in fact, I'm sure it's coming, if it's not already here, that you could just take a picture of that CEO, put it into AI and say, make this picture talk and say these things. I'm sure it's already happened. So I think to myself, and I've been thinking, what does that do for me? Because I do commercial and I do corporate a lot. I do a lot of that. So where does that leave me? I realize that I've been thinking about this in a bubble. I've been thinking about how it's going to affect me. On the side, I also think about, hair and makeup artists. I think about sound engineers, assistant directors, and all the other departments. There's too many to list. When I start thinking about it globally, meaning when I start thinking less about the impact on me and the impact on all of us, I sense that in the creative field, we're not going to be held back. And I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it. What I'm trying to say is that we will, and I think we need to, and I think we will find ways to keep being creative, because the collaboration that I've had on set, and the times that I've gotten up at 5 o'clock in the morning to load a van with gear to drive into New York City before traffic, and God, getting up at 5 a.m. sucks. But you know what? That drive into the city with 3 or 4 coworkers, all having coffee, sharing stories, laughing, that makes it worth it. That's the stuff that I remember. It's not the paychecks. I remember, short story. We were filming something and we were going to film somebody that was going to be getting off an elevator. And they were coming from 2 floors down. The director yelled action, meaning the elevator's coming up. And suddenly I realized that we hadn't shut some windows in the back. We hadn't pulled the curtains. So the hair and makeup artist, she was great. She decided, sorry about that. She decided she's going to run back there into the back of the room and close the shades that she needed to close and get off set before the elevator came up. And she just made it. She looked ridiculous and it was crazy how crazy she was running. But that's a memory that I carry with me. And that is not possible with AI. AI is sitting down and doing this on a computer, and that's cool. You're creating something from nothing there, but you're missing so much. You're missing the humanity, the connection, and the collaboration. So what I think to myself is, okay, if that stuff is being taken, I think the corporate market's going to be flooded with algorithmic video Every company's going to have 10,000 videos on their site. Nobody's going to be looking at videos anymore, maybe, on these sites because everything is so overdone, so overproduced, so the same. So the solutions, in my opinion, if you want to be creative and you still want to do filmmaking, documentary work, get out in the field, film real people doing real interviews, film real people doing real things and tell the real stories. That's the big thing, is story. Stories that AI can't create because AI can't go out in the field and do this. Create your own production company. I know it sounds huge, but it's not. Call yourself a production company, get some friends and start making films. Do film creatives, join film networking groups. And I think that because the studios are going to go as AI as possible, I mean, it's just what's going to happen. That's capitalism. They want to make as much money as possible, churn out as much content that people are going to pay for as possible without paying real people. That's not a criticism. That's just the way it is. So I think we're going to see, out of necessity, other production companies showing up, made by humans, for humans, whose important strategy is to use humans and tell real human stories. That's where I think we have to go, and I think we need to create that. And I hope we can, and I hope we do, because if I can't be creative, I don't know about you, but if I can't be creative, I don't know what else I would do. So look for those opportunities, what AI can't do. And that's it. Get out there and film the real stories, collaborate with real people, make connections. All right. I wish us all the best of luck moving forward, okay? Until next time, bye.